Good morning, gang. Happy Friday. All right, end of a week. Who knows what today will bring? We'll see what they try to bury on us. I want to bring this up because it sure seems like the world will not learn. And you and me, we have a tendency to stay ahead of the crowd. If you've seen what's going on around the world and here in the States in regards to energy, you're going to understand what I'm talking about and wonder why the hell we aren't doing anything about it. The talk for years on the grid being archaic, ancient, whatever, not stable is nothing new. Yet nothing ever gets done. We spend all this money, approve all these infrastructure plans, and nothing ever gets done, right? Well, let's look at everything. Let's look at nuclear. Michigan just shut down a nuclear plant in the middle of an energy shortage. Uh, the war on coal. I don't have to tell you that, anything at all. The war on oil. I mean, Biden's double standard after telling all the oil companies we're going to get rid of fossil fuels forever, yada, yada, yada. Now he's going, you need to pump more oil because it's patriotic. Yet, of course, I'm not going to give you the leases to do it. Oh, so the oil companies are supposed to just miraculously pump more oil out of dry oil wells. I mean, clueless. But this is what's going on that we need to pay attention to, okay? A couple of headlines today. German official warns of gas shortages, bankruptcies, massive price hikes that will send shockwaves throughout the country. Now, we all know Germany has tried to go to renewables, and it's been an absolute failure, okay? Gee, it snows in the winter. We forgot about that. They'll be on solar panels, and we won't have any power. Yeah, remember that one? Okay. Australia, all right. Now, I want to give you this. Mind you, Australia, where we're just about to the first of summer here next week, Australia is just about to the first of winter, okay, Southern Hemisphere. So I want to remind you that. They are going into, right now they've had the coldest start to winter in history. So there's the first part. Y'all know, maybe not, that they've just been dumped on with rain. I mean, the floods. I mean, nonstop, month-long rain. I mean, you'd think Noah would be building an ark somewhere out there, okay? But, watch these videos of people in their yards in Australia, and I mean, they're just tromping through slop. Okay, it's how much it's rained. I mean, the ground can't hold anymore. Okay. Here's the headline: Australia's energy crisis worsens as governments ask people to keep the lights off to avert blackouts. Now, very similar to the United States, 65% of Australia's electricity, comes from coal. Okay, and of course, we have we need to kill fossil fuels, everything like that too. Right now, a quarter of Australia's coal-fired power plants, are offline. So they are now asking people to turn off the lights between 6 and 8 o'clock so they don't have a power spike during peak hours. Okay, between 6 and 8 o'clock. Oh, I don't know, when people get home from work, are cooking dinner, sitting down talking to the kids, doing homework, that sort of stuff. There's a reason those are the peak hours. That's when everybody just got home and they're making dinner, okay? You can't do stuff like this, The answer isn't for me to, me being Joe Average, to change my life. The answer is for you to realize that the policies that you made are an absolute failure and go back to what works, okay? The old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? Exactly. Coal worked. Natural gas worked. Stop screwing with it. Again, have your supplemental power, go ahead and work on your solar energy and your wind energy and use it as a supplement to everything. That's cool. I'm all for that. No problem. It can help us use less coal. Great. But do not have this stupidity of shutting down what works and bringing online what is proven to not work yet. Technology just ain't there. Okay. Now, what do we do to offset this? I mean, obviously, we can't have a coal plant in our backyard. Obviously, we can't have a nuclear reactor to generate power. But this is coming to the United States. Just like everything else, give it a couple of months and we're going to have it. Give it a couple of months when we start going into winter. And what's going to happen? Oh, we've got a shortage of coal-fired power. We need you to turn down your thermostat. We need you to be cold because we want to go green. I guarantee you they're not going to turn the thermostat down in the White House or in Congress or in Davos or anything like that. Al Gore isn't going, oh, gee, you know what? In one of my 11 houses, I need to bring the temperature down from 68 to 65 in the winter. No, not happening. Okay. So you need to have some sort of plan, some sort of system in place for when the power goes out. And it's not a one-size-fits-all. Just like for the electric companies, it's not a one-size-fits-all for you. All right? Maybe you have a gas generator. Maybe you have a solar generator. Hopefully you have both. Okay? Heat. What do you have for heat? Do you have backup heat sources? Do you, electric and then a propane heat source? Do you have a some sort of maybe liquid natural gas space heater or something? Make sure it's rated for indoors. Okay, don't use one of those garage heaters or something like that in your house. You'll kill yourself. But this stuff is coming, and the news is all out there. The stories are all out there. It's who listens to them. You and I have a tendency to listen. We have a tendency to look forward and go, oh, if this is happening, what can I do to make sure when this comes here, I'm not put out? Because you know damn well that most of the country goes, it'll never happen here. This is the United States. Everything's perfect here. Right, gasoline will never be $5 here. Food prices will never go through the roof here. Sheep. All right. This, what are your backups, for energy? Have you given any thought to it? I know some of it can get very expensive, no doubt. So you've got to do things that are within budget. You can find a gas generator, $300. Okay, somehow you can figure out where to come up with $300. All right, and I've told you guys many times, do some sort of side gig. I mean, I don't care if it's Opinion Outpost and doing surveys, if it's you live in Michigan where there's 10-cent deposits on cans, go out and find cans on the side of the road, do whatever it would be. Something that you can find something as a side gig. Sell some of those tchotchkes that you have that look pretty in the house but are completely useless, and, get what you need. Power is going to be crucial, especially in the winter. I mean, people freeze to death, but people also die from this heat. All right. It's supposed to be 100 degrees next week, a couple of days here in Tennessee with the lovely humidity we get. Folks down in Texas, down on the Gulf Coast, everything, they're already experiencing this. All right. We talk about Columbus, Ohio, and the high 90s temperature they have with no power now going into the fourth day. Okay. This is only 4 days. Imagine that's 4 weeks. Okay. How miserable are you going to get? How is that going to set people off? What are people going to do when they're cold or when they're so hot? People will start to do crazy things. You will too. Plan now to be ahead of the game. I know a lot of you guys already have this taken care of, but I try to talk to everybody on the channel who's, been prepping for 10 seconds to 10 years. So, guys, having backup power sources for yourself is crucial. You cannot count on the system. It ain't working anywhere else. Why in the world did you expect it to work here? Pinball out.